Friends, in today's video we will see solenoid valve. Solenoid valve is small in appearance, but it has many uses. Solenoid valve is widely used in instrumentation in almost all industries. So today's video is going to be very helpful for you. Today, we will understand what is solenoid valve and, in various applications, how is it used. Solenoid valve is a pneumatic control valve. Meaning, this valve is operated by instrument air. Let us see some applications and uses of solenoid valve in industries. This valve is used for on-off pneumatic ball valve. It is used for on-off pneumatic butterfly valve. It is used for on-off control valve. And it is also used to operate the pneumatic cylinder. Let us understand something more about solenoid valves. In instrumentation, solenoid valve is also called SOV. SOV is the short form. Like all instruments need supply. Similarly, supply is also required to operate solenoid valves. The supply of solenoid valve is given to its coil. Mostly, only two types of supply for solenoid coil are used. 24 volts DC supply and 220 volts AC supply. Solenoid valve usually has 3 air ports. One port is for input air supply, which is called input port. 2 ports are for output air supply, which are called output ports. Now, let us explain the air tube connections for solenoid valves. On its input port, instrument air is connected, and we will connect its output from there, which is to be operated by SOV. For example, pneumatic cylinder, pneumatic actuators. Now, let us understand how solenoid valve works. When the supply is not given to coil of SOV, then air comes out from one output port. You will see the air is coming out from an output port. And when supply is given to the coil of SOV, then the air will come from the other port. Meaning, the air gets changed and starts coming out from the other output port. In SOV, exhaust ports are also present, so air is released from there also. SOV also has a manual button. Even after pressing it, the air changes from one port to another. Friends, this is also a way to check SOV without electrical supply. Suppose we are connecting the output of SOV to the pneumatic actuator. Now, without provide supply to the coil, and without pressing the manual switch, we will see that from which output port is air coming out. Now, we will connect the output port from which air is coming out to the pneumatic actuator, so that the ball valve or butterfly valve closes. Because normally, ball valve or butterfly valve remains closed. Second air connection is done at other remaining port of pneumatic actuator. Now, as soon as the air reaches this port, the ball valve or butterfly valve will open. So, till now we have understood how solenoid valve can operate ball valve or butterfly valve. Now, let us understand how air connections are made for pneumatic cylinders. Usually, the pneumatic cylinder remains in this position. Now, the output that is coming without supply or without pressing the manual switch, the port from which air is coming out, will be connected to this port of the pneumatic cylinder. The second air connection will be connected to the second port of the pneumatic cylinder. Friends, till now we had discussed single coil solenoid valve or single coil SOV. Friends, now let us understand double coil solenoid valve. In this solenoid valve, to open or close the valve or the pneumatic cylinder, separate coils are used. One coil is used to open a pneumatic cylinder or valve, and the second coil is used to close the pneumatic cylinder or valve.